What some people might not know is how this church got started. About 19 years ago, right around this time, I was on staff at Calvary Chapel Santa Maria, but I had been feeling a call to be a senior pastor, or a lead pastor, for almost 2 years. And I had gone into my senior pastor's office and I said, "Hey, this is what I'm feeling." He's like, "I totally affirm that." And there had been a couple churches that had kind of come open on the Central Coast, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm kind of interested." And he's like, "Well," he's like, and he did something on me that I wasn't really quite prepared for. He's like, "Well, I don't know about those places, but I thought you were interested in Vanderbilt Village." And at that time, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, I had never thought once about doing a church in Vanderbilt Village, but I was so eager and so excited to do, a church. I'm like, okay, well, we'll go check it out. And so I grabbed my very young family, and we drove up to Lompoc. We had dinner at El Toro Bronco, and then we drove around Lompoc, and we drove around the village, and we prayed. We're like, "God, is this what you would have for us?" And it was cool because it was a confirmation. It was a resounding yes for both me and my wife. And so August 19 years ago, we started making preparations to plant a church here. And the cool thing is that time at Calvary Chapel Santa Maria, there was 30 families that were going to Calvary Santa Maria that lived most of them lived in the village or lived right in the north part of Lompoc. And when we sent out a letter out to them in October, said, "Hey, we're going to be starting a church, and we're having an informational meeting on this day." We had a dinner at the White Oak Inn, which now is the Village Inn, in their rocket room, which had the big space shuttle in there. And we had like 65 people show up that night, and 20 of the 30 families came on board when we started the church in January of 2007.